All right, guys. So I want to talk about Google Meet. I realized that we didn't really have a section for it on our Perry County teacher page. So anybody that may have some questions about Google Meet, hopefully this will answer them for you. First thing to remember is that inside of Google Classroom, you have a Google Meet link. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean it's automatically generated. So when you come to your Google Classroom on the stream page or any page, but typically the stream page is the easiest place to find it. Um, it may say generate meeting link here. So if that's the case, click it and then it'll pop up a window for you. Um, I don't think I have any classes that have not already had one generated. But that's okay. So yeah, you can click on that, and then this little eyeball will show up, and that means it's not visible to students. And that's totally up to you, but I actually recommend not making it visible to students because if it is visible to students, and for right now at least with Google Meet, they can kind of jump in as a hangout spot, and you may or may not want that to happen. But in order to change that, you can do it when you set up the generate meeting link, or you can come to settings and you can go down here where it says visible to students and you can turn it on or off. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of show you the features of Google Meet now. What I would do with my students, if I'm ready to have a Google Meet, I set up a schedule with them. They're going to get it handed out with their Chromebooks. But when I'm ready to meet with them, I'm going to just basically copy that link, a right click or two finger click on a Chromebook, and I'm going to come here and I'm going to type it in here. So, and they're already going to know my schedule. So I'm going to come here and I'm just going to Control V or right click and paste, and that's it. All they got to do is click that. So our Google Meet, click this link, and when they do that, it's going to take them right to it. Now, one thing that will help you keep this organized is on settings within Classroom. If you go to the stream, classwork on the stream option, and hide the notifications, let me tell you what that means. As you can see, I've got stuff posted on my classwork page, but it doesn't show up here on the stream because I'm using this page only for announcements. So that way, when they're ready to go, they can click this and we're good to go. So I'm the teacher. It's going to automatically have me in as the person that is running the meet. But when I'm finished with this meet, and I'm going to show you the tools of Google Meet in a second, but when I'm finished with this meet, I can come back here, I can click on this, and I can delete this post. So it's only there for the time that I want them to log in. And then I'll show you here in a second how you can record it and how you can post it for students later. So you're not the students that couldn't make it or whatever, they're not missing this meeting. So let's look at the features of Google Meet. When you first click on that link, or even if you just do it the old-fashioned way of going to meet.google.com, it's going to ask you to put in a name. I'm just going to say 5th grade social studies since that's what I was doing. And I can click continue. So as you can see, the screen is the same. Either I clicked on Google Classroom or went to meet.google.com and started my own thing. So I'm going to close that. Now it says no one else is here. This is just a big crazy name that it gives it. Don't worry about that. Go ahead and click on join now, and it's going to actually give you information to copy. So even if you didn't do the step where I copied it from here, you can just click the little copy button right here, and you can come back here, and there you go. You can type it right back in there too. So that is also an option for you as well. So now that you're in the meet, let's say that you have students have popped in. Obviously, that's not going to happen today, but the students may pop in. Now, you, the teacher, you can turn off your microphone. If you're letting someone else speak, you can end the call here. Obviously, we don't want to do that yet. And if you want to hide your camera, you can. Okay. As you can see, it still shows that I'm speaking here with the little circle icon, but that goes away when I mute, of course. So now we have all those options there. I've never had good luck with captions, but if you do have someone that might be hard of hearing, or um, you want to be able to make sure that something is definitely caught by the student, you can turn on captions. That's totally up to you. Present now. It's kind of like when you're using Screencastify, really. You can present your entire screen. You can present a window, which is just a tab, or even a Chrome tab. Okay, my advice is go ahead and present your entire screen. All right. When you click that, um, actually, let me stop sharing here. I want to show you another step. I got ahead of myself. This little box that pops up here is a Google Chrome security thing. So just click that. All you got to do is click it, and then the share button lights up. So after you click share, whatever you do on your screen, just like on Screencastify, whatever you do on your screen, they're going to show you. It's going to be shown to the students. So if you're presenting a lesson or going over like the results of a test or something like that with them, you can pull up that tab, have it ready, and then you're good to go. So I'm going to stop presenting. So those are the basic features. Other features are coming to Google Meet, and we'll do another video once those are live. But one of the things now that you can do, and you might want to make sure you do every time you have a Google Meet, even if it's just like being online to help, is to record it. And to get to those settings, changing layout will, if you have your whole class in here, you can change the look of the layout. The whole class, I would recommend doing tiled, and they're getting, there's other updates coming that will make that even better too. But for now, I would just choose tiled. That way you can see all the faces. My next piece of advice is I would tell them to mute. You'll find that there's a lot of background noise in their houses, so tell them to mute their mics. And you can even go in, and since you're the moderator of the meeting, you'll have a little list of students over here in this area. You can even click on the list of names and mute them yourself if you have to. Full screen, it just makes the thing full screen. It's not a big deal. We already talked about captions. Settings is really simple. It just talks about the video and the audio. Thing about it is, if you can see and hear yourself on this, then it's working. So you wouldn't even have to worry about that. Use a phone for audio. I've never did that. I wouldn't suggest it. And then all this other stuff's just like report stuff and help. But record meeting, and when you click on this, it's going to pop this consent up. Recording a meeting without the consent of all participants may be illegal and actionable. You should obtain consent to record this meeting from all participants, including external guests and guests who join late. Well, when we're doing this for education purposes, and it's only within the Perry County School District, and we're not sharing this publicly with people, it's okay to click accept here, okay? Because they are your students, and they're the ones that are, in the that's in the class with you. So you don't have to worry about that. And as you can see up here now, it's recording. So if you are having a meeting with your students, and you have some not show up, or you're going over a new topic, or whatever you're doing on your Google Meet, when you get it recorded like this, you will have the ability to post it for students that could not come. So to make it stop recording, you want to go to these little lines, and now instead of saying record, it just says stop recording. So we're going to click that. As you can see, it says the recording will be saved to Google Drive. All right, now this is not instant. It takes a little bit of time, I've noticed. But once you do this for the first time, inside your Google Drive, it will automatically generate a folder called Meet Recordings. And these recordings are going to be saved here. And it's not posted anything yet, so don't worry about that. But it does take some time. You'll actually get an email notification that tells you when it was posted. But once you have it in here, my advice is, it's going to have a crazy name like this. My advice is to right-click on it, two-finger click on a Chromebook, and go to rename and call it, class meeting, whatever you want to. As you can see over here in this area, I've called it 5th grade Wednesday, March, whatever, because we did those back in March. But class meeting, August 28th, I don't know. And that way I know what it's called. So now I have class meeting August 28th. I can come back to my Google Classroom and I can actually delete this or edit it. Personally, I did post these on the stream that way students could see them, but I would go ahead and edit this and I would just say our Google Meet or August 28th. And that way the students can actually see what we discussed and all that stuff. You can click on the add button now and you can go to Google Drive. And most likely, if you just did what I showed you on renaming it and stuff, the most recent one's going to be the class meeting August 28th that we just did there. So all I got to do is click it. I click save. And now on the stream, we're going to have this announcement, our Google Meet for August 28th. And the students will be able to click on that video and they'll be able to open it up and play it. Okay. So this is really kind of the meat and potatoes of Google Meet. When I'm finished, I make sure that all students log out, that I'm the only one in the room, okay? And then I click the hang up button. You can rate it; it's up to you. And then I just close out that tab. And then whenever I'm ready to go again, I just post that same link. And yeah, you may have students catch on and it's the same link every time, but most likely they're not going to save it. So I hope this answers some questions about Google Meet and makes your life a little easier with it. If you guys have any questions, be sure to reach out to your digital learning coach or let us know here on the website. Thanks, guys.